my HUD go? Here's a question. Where the fuck is my HUD? Also, I love this too. I'm just sitting here waiting for the game to fix itself. Yep, we're stuck again in it. Woo! Woohoo! We've only been playing this summit for an hour, and it's already fucked up. I've already had to restart once. Pretty much everyone, I'd say, Hoonigan has had crashed twice. Radical's alt F4ing. Well, there goes my. This is another glitch I keep getting. Instead of there being an actual racing countdown once someone finishes the event, it just takes away my UI. Okay, I'm not sure what's up now. Hey, why is this game like dog shit?
Licensing issues.
Shit, my bad, I forgot. Hey, why did only 2 out of my 4 crew members get into this game?
Licensing issues.
Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, why is my UI gone?
It wouldn't fit the sim.
Oh, fuck.
Licensing issues.
Licensing issues.
Licensing issues.
Licensing issues.
It wouldn't fit the theme.
It wouldn't fit the
Licensing
sim.
issues.
Licensing issues.
It wouldn't fit the
It
theme.
wouldn't fit the
Licensing
sim.
issues.
Licensing issues.
Hello all you wonderful, beautiful, and craptastic people. CraptasticJack there, and what you just saw there was some experts from my stream yesterday, or 2 days ago when you're going to be seeing this, of me and a few friends playing the Crew 2's new Summit update live on stream. Now, here's the thing. If you were there at the stream, you would know that we were running into a lot of problems with the Summit. Basically, these are issues that have been in the Crew 2 since launch, where you try to get into an event with a crew full of people and usually only half of the people actually get into the lobby, the other half get kicked out, or it gets to a point where, even worse, the game just soft locks and you have to alt F4 because the game just straight up it doesn't load. You get an infinite loading screen. I believe that was an issue since the Crew 1. Obviously, it wasn't as pertinent of an issue as it was in the Crew 1 as it is in this game, but it's still a very glaring issue, a very glaring flaw, and that really still believes. Now, here's the thing. I still stand by a lot in my review, but the thing is, when I was playing a lot of the pre-release, the press stuff for the Summit, I was playing alone. I wasn't playing with crews and everything. So I didn't run into any of these issues. But the moment I jump into a crew full of people, we're getting issues left, right, and center. Like I said in the one VOD, it was only an hour. We were only like an hour in, and we were already restarting at least like a couple times each. We all had to restart at least once. And by the end of that session, which was only like an hour and a half, we all had to like respawn like 3 times. Restart like 3 times. And that's just plain unacceptable. In a game called The Crew 2, the crew matchmaking system shouldn't be bugging out the game this much. And this is an issue that I have with PvP all the time. Even when I'm queuing alone in PvP, there's a good 50% chance that I'm just going to get booted back to the screen. When I'm playing with a crew, it's usually the same thing. About half the crew members get in, the other half don't, so we all have to back out. And when we try to get back in again, the game just locks up, and we have to restart. These are very glaring issues. When you can't play with people in a crew in a game called The Crew 2, then you have issues. Not licensing issues.
It wouldn't fit the
God,
theme.
fuck.
Licensing issues.
It wouldn't fit the theme.
Licensing. Turd
It
YouTuber.
wouldn't fit the
Licensing
theme.
issues.
Licensing
Licensing.
issues. It wouldn't
It
fit the
wouldn't fit the
licensing
theme.
issues.
Not licensing issues, you have real issues. And that really leads me to believe, and this is the main topic of this video, the next update for the Crew 2. We have the Summit. The Summit's great. Great form of endgame, and I'm glad that they have it. But you know what needs to come next before anything else? Before we get a race editor, before we get cops, before we get more racing, you know what we need? We need an update sort of like Operation Health from CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege. And if you don't know what that is, basically it was an update that pretty much just looked at redoing a bunch of fundamental errors and just making the game the best it can be. It wasn't a sexy update. It didn't really add any new content or anything, but it made the game better. It made the game much more playable in a lot of areas. The thing is with the Crew 2, though, is it needs a lot of work. There are so many foundational flaws with this game. They make your head spin. I mean, you drive around the map. Like intersections and interchanges around the map are just fucked. They look like they were made by an amateur. They look very amateur. Like you have roads just suddenly ending, lanes suddenly ending, turning into sidewalks. You have interchanges that don't even make any sense. Like you'll have a highway, but there's only an exit ramp and an on-ramp on one side, and then the same for the other. For an actual highway, like interchange, where that wouldn't make any sense. there's a lot of issues with this game that they make your head spin. And then, of course, with the whole crew system, you can't even get into crew and PC. Half the time getting a PvP doesn't even work. Like there's so many foundational issues with this game. And even like having locked the 4 people per crew and only 8 per lobby, that's an issue that should have been fixed. Not just that should have been fixed with the crew 1. Or at least with the crew 2, they should have updated it to fit more people. But and then don't even get me started on the quality of the LODs in the game, or the loads, however the fuck you pronounce them. The LODs. Like, you look from a distance, the game just looks shitty. It looks like a PS2 game at times. Like, I'm not even saying that to be mean. Like, that's honestly what it looks like. That's what I'm reminded of. And there's no reason where I have an i7 quad-core processor clocked at 4.2 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 970. There should be no reason why I have to play this game on low at 30 frames a second in order to actually get a proper frame rate, a playable frame rate. Like, that, it just makes your head spin. This game is so unoptimized, it's not even funny. And the crew 1 was like that too, so I would have thought, oh, with the crew 2, they kind of know what they're doing with the engine now. Even though it's their own made engine, Ivory Tower made that engine, they should know what they're doing to actually be able to make this engine run better, make this game run better. But no, it just doesn't. PC, it just doesn't. So this next update, it doesn't need to be sexy. They don't need to add anything. I'd rather them just work on redoing lots of parts of the map, like Chicago, San Francisco, Seattle, cities that are very not detailed much. Like Chicago, you don't even have traffic lights at intersections, and most of the landmarks are gone. San Francisco, same thing. The Bay Bridge looks like jack shit. It looks like someone made it in fucking Roblox. Like, I'm BMing, but that's what it looks like. Like, it didn't look like that in the crew 1, and don't fucking tell me licensing issues. There are so many bridges that look like the Bay Bridge that I don't even think that would apply there. And even then, how come games like Grand Theft Auto can have buildings that look exactly like the buildings they do in the retrospective cities, but yet they don't have the same titles and they're able to get away with it? Like, why can't they do that in the Crew 2? Why do a lot of buildings in the Crew 2 look like dog shit? Like the World Trade Center, the Freedom Tower, the Empire State Building. They look nothing like they do in real life now. Unlike in the Crew 1. Well, the World Trade Center wasn't in the Crew 1, but still, you get my drift. This next update, I'd rather have them go at the foundational flaws than fucking, you can fix all those. It doesn't have to be sexy. It's kind of like infrastructure. Infrastructure is not a sexy topic, but without proper infrastructure, everything else crumbles. You won't be able to get goods where they need to go. You won't be able to get to your jobs properly. Like, bridges crumble. Like intersections, roads look like shit. If you let that crumble, then your economy's gonna fail. And that's how it kind of is with the Crew. If all the foundational issues are there, then a lot of people aren't really gonna be sticking around. Like, you have all this cool content. You're adding great stuff like the Summit, which is great. Keep it up. But then people are just going to leave again because they can't even crew up with friends. Like, I wanted to spend hours upon hours playing the Summit yesterday, but I only spent like an hour and a half because of all the issues. And that's a shame because I really wanted to play it more, but like, that's not what happened. So, in return, this next update needs to be something like Operation Health. Nothing sexy, just something that redoes a lot of the map and just really fixes all these issues with the game. And Ivory Tower, like, I really need you guys to like listen to this. You guys gotta step up when it comes to these bug fixes. I know there were quite a few in the Summit update, which is great, but at the same time, you really need to step it up. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm actually gonna be leaving a link to a forum thread that I created yesterday. Be sure to give that a read. That's a bit more in depth with what I mean with this. But that's gonna be all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see some more craptastic content, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you don't ever miss an upload. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitch and join my Discord to be able to chat with me and some others. That's all for now, guys. Have a good one.